Welcome everyone to Selenium training. Before I start off with the actual implementation and examples on Selenium, let me just take a real-time example for beginners. I am taking this in the beginning because I need to tell you about three things. First is that you need to understand the challenges which we face in the real-time project. Then only you will be able to learn in the right direction and you will be able to understand to which level you need to learn this tool. And you also need to understand the importance of automation test architecture, which will be clear to you after this example. So this example is a rough idea, like for example, say a client comes to you. He tells you that this is the website booking.com. Right, on this website you can book a hotel online. So you need to enter the city, check in, check out, and you need to proceed. So the client comes and tells you that fine, please automate this booking process. All right. So you as an automation tester, obviously you get the first phase of requirement from the client. That is, you need to build the script like this, that select the hotel, select the room, make the payment through credit card and check the confirmation email. So maybe in couple of days you are ready with the script and you deliver the script to the client. But the project never ends over there. Okay, the problem which we face is that after 1 month, the client comes and tells you that fine, now earlier we were supporting credit card as the payment method. Now we are also supporting Google Pay and net banking as the payment method. So please change the script. Now you need to understand that if there is a manual test case, all right, if there is a manual test and manual test takes maybe 10 minutes to implement, you take 10 minutes to test a scenario manually. But if you want to make an automation script for the same, it will take you maybe 5 hours, maybe 10 hours. It depends on the scenario. Automation script building is a costly process. It is time consuming process. All right. So you have to again tell the client that fine, changing the script will take more time. Okay. And eventually the work gets done, right? And you implement the phase 2 as well. All right. Now, once the phase 2 is over, the client maybe comes up with another requirement after 1 month. He says that fine, now add a discount coupon for the bookings. We are supporting credit card, Google Pay and net banking. No matter by which medium the customer is paying for the room, you can apply a discount coupon, a promotion. Now changing the script is a tough thing. You will actually have to put in more efforts to implement discount on all the three methods now. Okay. And then in phase 4 the client comes with a big change. He says that now the customer can also choose to pay at the hotel rather than paying online. And for such customers who are postpaid customers, basically pay at hotel customers, there is no discount. Discount is only applicable for the customers who are paying through the website. Now this becomes again a major problem. Understand the first three phases itself. This means around 1000 lines of code. Now in requirement phase 4 you will have to understand all the 1000 lines again and change the things in it. It is not easy task. Okay, so the problem is not building the project. The problem is, a change. The problem comes with the changing requirements of the project with time. Okay. Now, once this is over, finally the client comes up with a new requirement of phase 5 in which he says that we need to implement one more test case, which is for the updation of a booking. A customer can now update the booking. He can change the dates, he can add, remove rooms, and discount can also be applicable on updation of the booking. But when you implement this new test case, you realize that in this test and in the other test, which was this one in the earlier phases, the creation of the booking, 80% of this functionality is same. Discounting is same, the calendar controls and all those controls is same. Only thing is create booking is for a new booking, modification is for the existing booking. But you never made the create booking test in such a way that the components in it were reusable. So eventually you end up maintaining two different test cases with 80% similar code. And then you think that fine, if I had been knowing this in the initial phase 1 of the requirement, I could had done things which could had saved my time, as well as the whole system could had been less complex. Okay, so this is what I don't want you to fall for. Okay, this is the problem in a real project. And then one more time problem comes up. The real time problem is that client asks you to implement the test cases on grid. Grid is a system in which you have got a machine, hub machine, and you connect different machines to it and run the test cases parallelly on different machines just to save time or for cross-platform testing. Now when the client tells you that fine, both the test cases, create booking as well as modify booking, please run them on grid. Now you realize that the test cases were never made in a way, okay, grid is not possible. They were not made in a way to be executed on Selenium grid. Then the blame game starts, this that. So the problem eventually you understand is not that you don't know Selenium. You know Selenium, you know the commands, but the problem is the architecture you design. Okay, the design of the project has to be carefully done. And this is what the real-time challenge is in the projects. It is not about writing the scripts. Anybody can learn Selenium and write the scripts. Okay, but there are some things which come up with experience, and that's what our goal is to teach you. Right. Now, if this is the case, that is, you know, you you need to learn the architecture and you don't need to fall for these problems and all which I discussed, then the question arises that how do you learn this tool? How do you learn Selenium? Well, there are different stages of learning. The first two stages are like, in the first stage you have to learn Java programming language, basically Selenium, TestNG, Maven, Git, Jenkins, Docker. I'll talk about these. Okay, in the next stage you have to implement an end-to-end project. Okay, stage 1 you can learn, there is a lot of material available, you can learn anywhere. In stage 2 it becomes a little tough because you really don't know how to implement say 1000 test cases if we give you, how to write the script, how to do the report, data management, test case management, all these things. And most importantly, the real challenge is at the stage 3, wherein you need to cater to the changing client requirements. You need to run some specific test cases. You need to introduce reusability. What do you mean by specific test cases? Like client says that only run the smoke tests, only run the sanity tests, or run only those tests which were failed in the last build. Okay, so you have to cater to all these things. You have to run your project and on multiple browsers and also on multiple environments. In a project you have got SAT, UAT, post-production, production environments. You cannot just build scripts differently for every environment. You have to have one script running on different environments with changes in the configuration. That's it. So you have to learn through these three stages, and stage 3, if you master stage 3, that is where the real thing is. You can say that fine, you are ready for interviews. Okay, now if these are the learning stages, the question is that what should be the learning roadmap? How do you proceed? And this question I'm just going to answer with the help of 4 questions which people ask us before the course. Okay, the first one being, can I learn Selenium? I don't know programming. Well, Java is important. You cannot run away from it. And Java is easy as well. 90% of the people coming to us, they don't have a background in Java. This is meant for them only. Okay, we'll start from the very basics. The thing is, they are scared. Most of the people I see, they are scared. Maybe they never learned programming, or maybe when they tried to learn it, they couldn't do it. They learned it in a wrong manner. We'll provide you with lot of exercises, assignments, which is going to make your work easy. If I show you a sample script, okay, this is a sample script. Okay, this see that it is completely built in Java. Okay, this is complete Java code. Selenium scripts are completely made in Java. If I run this script, it is going to select a particular date from a calendar. Fine, it will go to the website booking.com and it will select this date, 12th of June. Right. So this is a simple script. This is just for you to understand that Java is important. Right. So you see that the website loads and it goes and selects 12th of June from the calendar. Okay, I have hard coded the date. If I change the date, it will select a different date as well. Okay, now the thing is Java needs practice. The problem is people don't practice. You need to learn it by doing. All right. And whatever we train, just go back until or unless you're not sitting and learning and writing your own code, you cannot do it. All right. Now, if you want to learn Java, you can also refer to the videos over here under free videos section. This is the Java module over here. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. A lot of things are covered. Oops is covered over here. You can have a look. Right. Now, the next question which people ask is that how much time will it take to learn? I want to learn it quickly. Okay. Well, it will take you minimum 3 weeks to learn this tool, to learn the commands and all, but if you want to master it properly, it will take you minimum 8 weeks to become an expert. Sometimes people also take 15 weeks, 16 weeks. There are many people who get job after the course, but they are the ones who are putting in the effort. Okay, maybe 12, 13, 14 weeks they put in. All right. And the Selenium tool is easy, it is vast. That is why it takes time to learn this tool. And you should not be expecting fast results. If your objective is to clear an interview or to work on a project, okay, you have to give in time. If you're going in for an interview and you have a person over there who has come for the interview, he is having 2 years of experience in Selenium, you cannot just compete with him by just studying for 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, you have to give in time, and things happen slowly. We live in a world where everything is very fast and we are used to that fast life, right? It's not going to happen over here. Nothing is going to be fast. All right, now the next question is generally that what about a project? I want to learn framework designing and all that stuff. Well, this is a very common question. We do cover a project, and a project is known as a framework in automation, and you cannot do the project directly. You have to understand Selenium commands, test ng, different things which I'm going to tell you before you jump over to a project. For example, this is a project over here, data driven framework. In the last batch I had taken it, it's got a lot of functionalities. You cannot just directly build it on the first day. Like it's generating reports. Let me show you some sample reports. Like reports like these are generated. These are known as extent reports. Alright, every test case is mentioned on the left side, and the log for every test case is mentioned over here. In case the test fails, you actually end up putting a screenshot in the reports as well. You can do that as well. So implementing an end-to-end scenario is the biggest challenge, and you have to learn it in a way that test cases can be configured or changed easily with time. The stage 3, you need to reach that stage 3 which I talked about. Okay, and most importantly, the last question, how do I prepare for interviews? I want to clear Selenium interview. Well, you need to learn Java first. That is but obvious. Okay, then you have to learn these tools, TestNG, Maven, Docker, Jenkins, Git. If you don't know what these tools are, and if you want to get an overview of what they actually do, you can refer this video over here. What is framework, JUnit, TestNG, Ant, Maven, Jenkins. In just a brief video, you will come to know what these tools are actually. Okay, then you need to learn Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid. Okay, this section is over here. You can working with Selenium, you can refer this section. All right, and then you need to in the end implement frameworks. When you go for an interview, the first question which any interviewer will ask is that tell me about the framework you worked on, tell me about the project you worked on. Alright, and that is what the goal is, and it will take you time to reach this stage. We'll give you a lot of material with which you can prepare yourself. Okay, and that's it. This was all for beginners and intermediates. That's what I wanted to tell you. Now in the next part we'll start off with Java. Okay, thank you.